We will begin our session today in corpse pose, lying on our back with our palms facing up. Breathe deeply in through your nose and open mouth exhale through your mouth. Take the time to fully arrive here on your mat and commit to staying present. Commit to your breath and commit to honoring your body today. Draw your knees into your chest, making yourself into a tiny ball. Rock side to side to massage the muscles surrounding the sacrum. Place your hands on your knees and make big circles, starting to open up through the hips. 3 circles in one direction and 3 in the other. The focus of our class today will be on opening through the hips and the shoulders. We will also be strengthening the abdominal area and twisting the body to aid in digestion. Situate your knees on top of your hips and bring your arms out like a T. Slowly drop your knees over towards the right so they hover off of the earth. Inhale, bring them back to center, and exhale, hover them to the left. Keep repeating like this, engaging through your abdominal muscles and creating mobility and flexibility in your spine. One more round, finding a beautiful balance of effort and ease. Next time your knees are over towards the right, let them settle onto the earth for a supine twist. Allow the left hip to stack over the right and look over towards your left thumb. Find smooth, calm inhales and exhales. Use your core to bring your knees back up to center, and on an exhale, drop your knees over towards the left. Continue to breathe nice and smooth in and out through your nose. Unwind from the twist, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then place your feet down onto the earth, knees high for bridge pose. Arms can be long by your side, and on an inhale, lift your hips up high towards the sky. On an exhale, lower your hips down. Extend your legs up high, heels over your hips. Reach your fingertips up towards your toes, lifting your head and your shoulders off of the earth. Hold here. Keep your legs elevated, but lower your upper body. Imagine there's 2 ropes on either side of your ankles. So with your right hand, reach for the rope over by your left ankle, and with your left hand, reach for the rope over towards the right. Keep your shoulders lifted, your head lifted, and engage through the core. Release your feet back down towards the earth and inhale your right leg up. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and then press your right knee towards the front of the room with your right hand. Figure 4. Allow your arms to come out to a T and then drop your knees over towards the right for a twist. Unwind from the twist, preparing for figure 4 bicycle crunches. Left fingers behind your left ear. As you exhale, your left elbow will cross the body towards the right knee, lifting up through the left shoulder. Complete 5 bicycle crunches. Place your arms long beside your body and lift your hips up off of the earth for figure 4 bridge pose. On an exhale, lower your hips back down and extend your legs long, allowing your heels to hover off of the earth. Draw the right knee into the chest, lifting your head and shoulders off of the earth. Extend your right leg to hover off of the earth and draw your left knee into the chest, keeping your head and shoulders lifted. Repeat for 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Place your feet back down onto the earth and inhale to lift your left leg up, crossing your left ankle over your right knee. Then press the knee away from the earth and feel a nice stretch in your left outer hip. Arms come out like a T and then gently drop the knees over towards the left for a twist. Gaze over towards your right and feel a nice stretch in your lower back as well as your right outer hip. On an inhale, bring the knees back up to center and prepare for the crossbody crunches. Contract through the entirety of the core as you exhale your right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale to open. Exhale to crossbody crunch. Repeat 5 times and then release your arms down by your side. On an inhale, lift your hips up off of the earth for figure 4 bridge. Exhale to lower your hips down. Place your hands behind your knees and with a little momentum, rock your body up to catch yourself in a boat pose. Tap your toes and rock back again. Finally, catch yourself in boat pose, hands to your heart. Elongate through the spine, lift up with the chest, extend to hover in a low boat, and twist your upper body towards the right so much that you can tap your right elbow onto the earth. Inhale, lift the boat, shoulders square. Exhale, low boat, twist towards the left. Repeat. Spine stays long, hips stay square to the front of the mat, and feel the fire in your belly. Don't forget to breathe. Very good job. Come to a comfortable cross-legged seat and place your hands to the earth behind you, fingers towards your bum. Inhale to lift your hips off the earth and feel a nice stretch in your abdominal muscles, hip flexors, and shoulders. Exhale to lower your hips to the earth. I'm going to shift to face towards you. Let's inhale our arms to reach up overhead and exhale for a side bend over towards the right. So your right hand will come to the earth and your left arm will reach up and over. On an inhale, come upright, reach up, exhale, other side. On an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands to your heart. Rotate your shoulders over towards the right. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Extend your arms out long for an unassisted seated spinal twist. If you prefer a more traditional seated twist, place one hand on your knee and the other hand behind you. Inhale to find length and exhale to twist. Begin to unwind, inhale your arms up and exhale your hands to your heart. Rotate your shoulders over towards the left. Extend your arms and find your seated spinal twist variation of choice. Slowly unwind. On an inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, palms come to the heart. Good. Find a tabletop position, all fours. Shoulders over wrist creases, hips over knees. Lower your belly, look up, cow pose. Exhale, round through the spine, chin in towards the chest for cat. Inhale, belly drops, look up, cow. Exhale, tuck the tail, dome through the back, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good. Find your neutral tabletop position. Extend your right leg long behind you and cross the right leg over towards the left, touching down on the earth. Extend the right leg long once again and clock the right leg over to 3 o'clock and hold the straight leg in line with the hip. Engage through the right side obliques and the right glute. Lower the foot and align the arch of the foot with the left knee. Right toes should face forward. Inhale to lift the left arm up and make circles with the wrist. On an exhale, thread the arm underneath the body, lowering onto the left outer shoulder and softening your head to the earth. Option to connect your left fingers towards your right toes and find a half bind in your right arm. Choose whatever variation feels best in your body today. Begin to unwind, so place your right hand down on the earth and inhale, lift your left arm up towards the sky. Good. Come back to a neutral tabletop, lower your belly, lift your gaze, cow pose. Exhale, dome the back for cat, neutralizing through the spine. Extend your left leg long behind you and cross the left toes to the right, touching down onto the earth. Now clock your left leg over to 9 o'clock and allow the leg to hover in line with the hip. Hold, and then place the foot on the earth. Inhale to lift your right arm up, and exhale to thread the right arm underneath your body for thread the needle on the other side. Find whatever variation works for you, including the half bind and making a connection with your right fingertips and your left toes. Breathe into this nice twist in your entire spine. Begin to unwind from the twist, reaching your right arm up and exhaling to find a neutral tabletop position. Walk your hands a little ahead of the shoulders, tuck your toes, and find your downward facing dog. Bend into the right knee a lot, lifting the right heel. And then switch sides, bending into the left knee, lifting the left heel, pedaling out your legs, stretching out through the hamstrings. Pump your chest back towards your thighs and lift your tailbone high. On an inhale, roll forward to plank so your shoulders are over your wrists and your hips are in line with your shoulders. And on an exhale, hike your hips high, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll forward, find your plank, and exhale, lower your forearms for forearm plank. Right forearm stays down, side plank over towards the left. Left fingertips move up overhead, bend into the elbow, bend into the knee, and find a nice side crunch. Inhale to extend, exhale to crunch. Inhale to extend, exhale to crunch. Good. Find your forearm plank and lower onto your belly, finding Sphinx pose. So untuck your toes and drag your chest forward through the gate of your arms. Nice long neck. Exhale, lower your forehead down towards the earth for Makrasana or crocodile pose. Take a rest. Good. Legs come back together, hands underneath the shoulders. On an inhale, lift your chest, your chin up, and then fly your arms behind you. Embed your pelvic floor into the earth. And then rest, finding your Makrasana or crocodile pose. Toes to face out, forehead rests on the earth. Legs come together, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows squeeze tight, and press up and come to a cobra pose. Soften your shoulders down and away from your ears. And use the strength of your back to lift your chest just a little bit more. Slowly lower your chest, your forehead down towards the earth, tuck your toes under, press up to plank or tabletop, and find your downward facing dog. Big clearing breath here, in through the nose, and open mouth, exhale, let it out. On an inhale, roll forward, come to your plank. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog, nice long spine. Inhale, roll forward, come to your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, bend the knees a little. Inhale, roll forward, come to your plank, this time lower down to your forearms. Side plank, left hand stays down, right arm reaches up, and then fingers towards the front of the room. Inhale to extend and exhale, elbow towards the knee, finding a side crunch. Inhale to extend, exhale to crunch. Find your forearm plank. And this time we'll move into dolphin pose. So it's just like downward facing dog, except for your forearms are down on the earth. Bend your knees, send your tailbone high, and feel into this nice stretch in your shoulders. Stay in dolphin pose, or for an added challenge, look forward, hands stay grounded, lift your forearms coming into a plank. Lower forearms back to dolphin. Give it a shot. We will meet in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot and come into a forward fold at the back of the mat, reaching for opposite elbows and very gently swaying from side to side, releasing from the lower back. Hang here and enjoy folding into yourself. Release your fingertips down to the earth, toe heel your feet into touch, and slowly roll up to stand. At the top, circle your arms up, look up, palms come to touch, and let's fold right back down. Hands down the midline of your body. Inhale to look forward and walk back to your downward facing dog. Let's move into a downward facing dog twist. So find a shorter, wider downward facing dog, so short that your heels can ground down onto the earth. Lift your left heel and reach your right hand towards the outside of the ankle. Lower the heel to the earth and allow the heel to gently take your right shoulder underneath your body for a twist. Release and switch sides. Unwind from the twist and come into a more traditional downward facing dog, so it's okay if your heels lift. On an inhale, lift your right leg up behind you for three-legged dog. Toes to face down, hips square, and then step your right foot in between your thumbs. Come to your fingertips. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Crown of the head moves towards the front of the room. Fly your fingers back behind you. Left hand plants. Lift your right arm up for a twist. Allow a lot of space in between your left shoulder and your left ear. Lower the right hand down towards the earth. Shoot your right leg back. Come to a three-legged dog. Bend into the knee, open the hip, and make some circles in one direction and then the other, moving around all the synovial fluid of the right hip joint. Come back to a downward facing dog and lift your left leg up behind you and step it in between your thumbs. Prop yourself up on your fingertips and then begin to fly your fingertips behind you. A nice long line of energy from your heel out the crown of your head. Right hand comes down. Inhale to lift your left arm up, stacking your shoulders. Stay super powerful through both legs and find buoyancy in the right hip. Left hand comes down to frame the foot. Shoot the left leg back, three-legged dog, bend at the knee and make circles in one direction and then the other. When you're satisfied, come back to downward facing dog. And invite in a little bit of stillness to this downward facing dog. Beautiful. Smooth out your breathing and tiptoe towards the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. Bend your knees, let your head and neck go. Reach for opposite elbows and sway from side to side. Release your fingertips down towards the earth. Feet come together and roll up to stand. At the top, let's make a few circles with the shoulders. From your Tadasana mountain pose, inhale to circle your arms up. Right hand reaches for your left wrist and side bend over towards the right. Inhale, come up. Left hand reaches for your right wrist and side bend over towards the left. Inhale, come upright, and exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, find length, halfway lift, and exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank. For our vinyasas, you have a few options. Either lower to your belly and find a baby cobra or a cobra, or lower halfway for Chaturanga Dandasana and then find an upward facing dog. Either way, we will always meet back in the DFD. On an inhale, look up in between your thumbs and step or pop right into your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root down, rise up, circle your arms up overhead. Exhale, palms come to touch and draw them down to your heart. Release your fingertips by your side. Inhale, circle your arms up overhead. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Arms are out like a T, hips stay square to the front. Inhale, come back upright. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus through your arms, back bend. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back and lower into your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Clearing breath here, in through your nose as you send your tailbone higher, and exhale out your mouth, settle your heels down. Look up. Pop towards the top of your mat, right into your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root down through your feet, lift up your arms, palms come to touch, draw them down to your heart. Release into Tadasana and circle your arms back up overhead. Open twist towards your right. Keep your hips square. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, find a cactus in your arms, back bend. Inhale high and exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale halfway and exhale, plant your palms and pop back to your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Release some heat by inviting in an open mouth exhale. Inhale, look forward, pop into your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root down to rise up, circle your arms up. Palms come to touch and draw them down to your heart. Nice work. Let's play around with a little balance. I'll come to face you. Tree pose to start. Root down through your left foot and place your right foot on your thigh, your calf, or your toes can stay on the floor. Press the right knee open and hands can come to heart center. Find a steady breath and a steady gaze and balance here on one foot. Extend your arms up if you would like, maybe to a nice big V. Keep breathing and hug everything into the midline. Hands can come back to your heart center and unwind. Shake it out and let's move into the other side. So your right foot will root down into the earth. Left foot comes to the thigh or the calf. Left knee draws out to the side and press into the thigh with the foot as much as the foot is pressing into the thigh. Hands can come to heart center and find balance here. And then begin to lift your arms up and find your expression of tree pose. A nice steady breath and a nice steady gaze helps to find the balance here. Hands can come back to your heart center and release the pose gently, shaking it out. Good. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see me. Inhale to lift your right knee up in line with your hip and make sure your heel's under your knee. Left hand to the right knee and find an open twist towards the right. Really focus on engaging through the core and keeping the hips square. If you haven't noticed, that's been a big theme today. Shoulders come square to the front, arms up, and point through your right toes, extending your right leg as high as you can to hover. Good. Lower everything down and shake it off. Inhale to lift your left knee up for a one-legged Tadasana, knee in line with the hip and ankle right under the knee. Right hand to the left knee and open out towards the left, arm out like a T. Gaze behind you. Feel a nice twist through the midsection of your body. Shoulders come back to square. Extend through the left leg and allow it to hover. Do your best to not lean back and keep your shoulders right over your hips. Release everything down and shake it out. Good job. Come back to the top of your mat and we'll find chair pose. Inhale to reach your fingertips high, tailbone descends, squeeze everything together. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Keep your hips square towards the front. Inhale, fingertips high, chair pose. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, find your chair. Exhale, open twist. Inhale, find your chair. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, come to stand. Exhale, cactus through your arms. Inhale to stand. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway, find length. And exhale, pop back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up behind you and step your right foot in between your thumbs. Power up through your legs and rise up into a high lunge. Exhale, let's find an open twist towards the right. Arms out like a T, keep moving your right hip back. Slowly lower onto your left knee. Stay here or tip it back, finding a twisted reverse warrior. Sink your hips down, look up. Good. Come back to the open twist. Palms come to touch and find a revolve lunge. So the outside of your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee. Option to lift the back knee up off of the earth. Either way, continue to rotate your heart towards the right. Release the twist. Hands come down to frame the foot and straighten out through both legs for a pyramid variation. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And exhale to fold over your right straight leg. Keep your back heel super high and your hips square. Elongate through the spine, left hand down, right arm up. For a nice revolve triangle variation. The more you stay lifted through the left hip, the deeper the twist will be. Right hand comes down to frame the foot, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, right into the other side. Inhale to lift your left leg up behind you and step your foot in between your thumbs. Power up through your legs and rise up on an inhale, high lunge. Exhale, find an open twist towards the left. Slowly lower the right knee down towards the earth and begin to tip back for a twisted reverse warrior. Left hand can come to the thigh, right arm reaches up overhead. Unwind, coming back to the open twist, hands towards the heart, and continue the journey over to a revolve low lunge or a revolve extended side angle. Lift off your back knee if you would like to add a little balance challenge into the mix. Keep breathing. And release. Both hands down to frame the foot, straighten out through both legs, very high on the back heel. Inhale, find length, and exhale, pull the left hip back and fold over your left straight leg. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine, right hand stays down, and the left arm peels up towards the sky. Gaze up towards your left thumb if it feels okay in the neck. Both hands come down, step back, and move through your vinyasa. Or skip it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale to look forward, and exhale to pop towards the top of your mat, right into your halfway lift. Exhale to hinge and fold, chair pose. Lowen the hips, lift up through your fingertips. Exhale, open twist towards the right. Inhale, find your chair pose. Exhale, open twist towards the left. One more time. Inhale, hips are low, open twist towards the right. Inhale, chair pose back to center. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, rise up, find your back bend. And exhale, palms come to your heart. And all the way back down to Tadasana. So good. I'm going to come to face you once again for a little bit more balance. Ground down through your left foot and inhale to lift your right knee up and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh, coming into a standing figure four. Lower your hips down like you're sitting in a chair and bring your hands to your heart. Lift up through your chest and keep rooted through your left foot. Good. Inhale, come up, unwind, shake it out, and let's switch sides. Ground down through your right foot, cross your left foot over your right knee, and send your hips down like you're coming into Utkatasana. Hands are at your heart, find your balance. Good. And come to stand and shake it out. Good. Figure four once again, but this time with a twist. Inhale to lift your right knee up and cross the ankle to create the figure four shape in your legs. Activate through your toes and sit down in your chair. Rotate your heart towards the left. Get so low in your chair pose that you can find some contact between your right elbow or tricep and the sole of your foot. Once you've made contact, press the elbow into the foot to assist in rotating your heart even further to the left. Good. Unwind, fingertips up, and shake it out. Let's move into the other side. So lift your left knee up, cross your left ankle over the right knee, and begin to rotate your heart over towards the right. Find a little bit of contact, if you can, with your left elbow on the bottom of your left foot. If you want to stay more upright and twist, that's absolutely fine. Find a place where you feel challenged and that honors your body today. Begin to unwind and shake it out. Good job. Let's make our way down towards Malasana or Yogi Squat. Toes out, heels in. Added challenge, lift your heels up off of the earth. Hold here with a nice long spine. Maybe you even lift your prayer hands overhead. Good. Lower everything down, come to your bottom and extend through both legs and bounce out your knees. Bend your right leg. Right foot crosses the left thigh. Bend into your left leg. Left heel towards your right glute. Inhale to lift your right arm up and place it behind you. Inhale your left arm up, and again, find some contact with your left elbow and the outside of your right knee for a seated spinal twist. Gaze over towards the right if it feels okay in your neck. Feel your body rinsing and releasing, massaging your internal organs. Begin to unwind and find a counter stretch or a mini push-up over towards the left. Now we're going to move into an arm balance, so I'm going to pivot towards you so you can see me better. So both hands are going to come on the left side of your left hip. Lower down to your left forearm, and your right hand comes to the outside of your left foot. Shift all of your weight onto your right foot and lift your hips up off of the earth. This is called baby grasshopper. Give it a try. Bounce your legs out and let's switch sides. Left knee comes in, cross the left foot over the right thigh, and then sweep your right leg back. Make sure your hips are level as you inhale to lift your left arm up and back, and then the right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Inhale to find length through your spine, and exhale to deepen the twist, gazing behind you. Slowly begin to unwind. Both hands move over towards the right for a counter stretch. And let's find baby grasshopper on the other side. Elongate through your right leg. Draw your left knee in as close as you can and secure that foot firmly on the ground. Your right shoulder and arm come to the inside of the left knee and reach for the outside of the right flexed foot. Immediately start to squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull the foot into the body and kick the foot away at the same time, using your core to lift your hips and steady your right leg parallel to the earth. Good job. Lower down whenever you're ready and extend both legs long. Bounce out your knees just a bit and we'll move into Paschimottanasana, or a seated forward fold. Inhale to reach your arms up and exhale to fold over your legs. I like to keep a nice generous bend in my knees. We didn't get particularly into the hamstrings today, but a nice forward fold is a great counter movement for all of the twisting and hip opening that we've done. So find a nice passive variation here where you can relax your body, signaling to the nervous system that it's time to calm down. It's time to unwind. Slowly begin to lift up, exiting the forward fold, and slowly lower onto your back, coming into corpse pose just as we began class. So we're taking the class full circle. It is here in this final pose of integration where all of the benefits of the postures we just practiced become sealed into our body. Inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs with fresh breath. And open mouth, exhale, release. Absorbing all of the nourishment that your practice has to offer. Feel free to stay in corpse pose for as long as you'd like, or if you're ready to return to your day, begin to reawaken by wiggling your fingers and your toes, and then invite in a nice full body stretch, pointing your toes towards the front of the room. Sweetly roll over onto the right side of your body and take a moment here for gratitude, thanking yourself for taking this time to practice yoga. Press yourself up and come to a comfortable seat and circle your arms up overhead. Bring your palms to touch and then draw your thumbs down to your third eye center, your center of intuition. And then finally to your heart, your center of love, forgiveness, sympathy, and empathy. Bow down to yourself and Mother Earth. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much. Have a great day.